Hello everyone, welcome back and hope you've been doing well. My name is Katie and on this channel we sometimes review thrillers on Thursdays. And today's video is very exciting and very different than what I typically do. Warner Brothers has invited me to an advance screening of Evil Dead Rise and I just about screamed when I saw the email from them. This video is going to be two parts. First, they sent me an Evil Dead Rise mailer, which I am just so excited to unbox, and then the second half of this video will be the review, which I'm seeing tonight. And to be clear, all my opinions, especially on the movie review, will be honest. Although I've been sent this mailer and I'm getting to go to the screening, they're not paying me for a positive review. These are my honest thoughts, of course, on everything. And I will say, I grew up watching the Evil Dead franchise. Army of Darkness is one of my dad's favorite movies of all time. I'll have timestamps down below, but first I'll give a quick overview on what Evil Dead is in case you're not familiar. But the Evil Dead franchise is one of those few horror franchises where I really feel every movie's a banger. Some are very scary, some are very funny, they're all very different, but all of them I've had really positive experiences with. So Evil Dead Rise comes out April 21st. It's April 18th when I'm filming this video. Each movie at a high level follows characters unfortunately coming across the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, the Book of the Dead, and this entity tends to be chasing and killing people in the woods. But first, let's just go ahead and get into the unboxing of the mailer because I am so excited. I don't do a lot of unboxings on my channel, but so here is what it looks like. And I will admit I have not opened this. I did do a little bit of a tear a few days ago. I think this is gonna look like, or at least I hope that this is gonna look like the Necronomicon, because that would be so fun to be able to set out throughout my apartment. But let's see. I don't know what the front or the back is. I can't tell. Oh my God. My parents have told me that the second I stop filming this video, I have to FaceTime them and show them this because they're gonna be, oh my God. Just another terrifying thing to add to my apartment, and this is gonna stay just sitting out forever. And this will, of course, you know, not just out during Halloween, it's always gonna be out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I will say, of course, because I haven't seen the movie, I'm assuming things in this box are related to the movie, and I've intentionally only seen the trailer and that's it. So some of this stuff in the box may not make sense to me. So we'll just see. I've done a setup with, oh my God. So here is what it looks like. And then unfortunately, I'm gonna have to set this down because it's heavy. So I'll just go ahead and open things one by one, but it says Evil Dead Rise and then a bunch of things in here. So this is disgusting in the best possible way. It says made by hand, and it has a little tiny cheese grater, and I think that this is candy, and I'm not sure if it's supposed to look like intestines or just blood. I did see a scene in the movie where someone gets attacked with a cheese grater, and it just made me, I had a really visceral reaction to that. But you know what? We're gonna bring this to the theater and we're gonna snack on it there. Oh my God. Then we have a little card and it says, from mommy with love, there's nothing like a care package from home, especially that home is overrun. And I was wrong. This is supposed to look like pasta. So maybe in the movie they're making pasta and then blood gets poured all over it. Oh, this is awesome. So it looks like a hoodie that says Evil Dead Rise. Tempted to wear this to the screening tonight, but I'm also, it's in the 70s here and I'm always really hot. So I might have to save this for the winter, but this is so incredibly cool. And I really like how simple it is. Then we have some Liquid Death. I've had this before, it's water, and I thought it was beer the first time I had it and I was really confused. And then we have a bath bomb, which I assume is gonna make the water terrifying looking. I don't take a lot of baths, but my boyfriend does, and I'm sure he will enjoy that. And then this is pretty heavy. It says that this is a murder matte bath mat, place on clean, dry floor, then watch a crime scene appear before your eyes. So this is awesome. I'm thinking what this is gonna do is when you step on it, it's just white. I think wherever water hits, it's gonna turn red. So we can go ahead and try this out. Thank you again so much to Warner Brothers for sending me this package. I don't get sent stuff like this a lot, so I'm incredibly appreciative and very excited to go see the movie this evening. And I will pop back in a little bit. I'll probably record the movie review tomorrow, so I will see you then. Hello everyone, it is Wednesday. I saw Evil Dead Rise last night, so it's time for a spoiler-free review. I'm going to talk through what it's about, pros, cons, and my final creepy candle rating, of course. On the way in, it was cool. They put it on upside down, so I'm having to hold it like this, but there was someone putting on Evil Dead temporary tattoos with the cheese grater. But anyway, let's dive into the review. So Evil Dead Rise is mainly about two sisters who have lost contact a little bit. They're a little bit estranged, Beth and Ellie. Beth is really focused on being a great guitar technician traveling around, and she shows up to visit her sister Ellie and her 3 children. And I won't say anything beyond what maybe you would have seen in the trailer, but Ellie, the mom, is the one to become possessed, and terrifying things ensue within this high-rise apartment in LA. First diving into the pros, this is really minor, but there's a scene at the beginning and then it cuts to saying Evil Dead Rise, the title. And again, even though it's only 5 seconds, I absolutely loved that little piece. It just really got my adrenaline going for the rest of the movie and got me so excited. Alyssa Sutherland, who plays the mom, my parents watch Vikings, which I have not seen, but I believe she's one of the main characters in. They love her. I have not really seen her in anything before, but she to me was by far the standout of this movie. Her physicality and how she would move her facial expressions and her body was absolutely terrifying. And I thought she had a lot to live up to because I really loved, what's her name, Jane Levy, who is who was in the similar type of role in the 2013 movie. I also really liked all of the past Evil Deads have had the theme of friends within a cabin, well, except for Army of Darkness, but I liked that this is instead a family. And while the mom is typically supposed to be the one protecting her kids from the boogeyman, she is effectively becoming the boogeyman, which is incredibly terrifying. It made me think of when I was little, my mom would do this thing called Alien Mommy because, they really like horror movies, and she would do a creepy voice. And when I was being bad, and she would say that she was suddenly Alien Mommy and she had been, taken over and was just wearing my mom's skin and would really scare me. So even though, of course, there are no aliens in this movie, it kind of made me think of that. One piece I will admit I was not excited for going into this was that from the trailer, you can kind of tell that it's set in an apartment in LA. You can kind of see the palm trees in the trailer. And I love a creepy cabin. I love an old Victorian haunted house. So I was not initially very excited about the fact that this was all going to take place in a high-rise apartment. But I have to say that ended up being one of my favorite pieces of the entire movie. I absolutely loved the setting. And even though this is just a few room apartment, it still managed to be very creepy and weird. And you might be watching the trailer and thinking, how are people in the other apartments not hearing what's happening in this apartment? But it all makes sense, and it's kind of smart how they do it. And something about it all taking place and being really claustrophobic, mainly within one location, I thought really made the movie feel fresh and different from a lot of other horror movies that are coming out lately. The practical effects, which I've heard, I'm not positive, but I think from what I've read, it's the majority practical effects. It never felt as if there was horrible CGI really anywhere in the movie, to me at least. And the horror really does not stop from beginning to end. I think they do a really great job with building up the dread, and then once the horror stops, it never de-escalates really for the entire movie, except for maybe a few seconds of reprieve here and there. I will say overall, and people can correct me if I'm not positive, this is not, I believe, intended to be a direct sequel to the 2013 movie, but considering the first 3 Evil Deads, are kind of so different from Evil Dead 2013 and Evil Dead Rise, I am going to just compare the two a little bit. My boyfriend recently marathoned, because he went with me, he marathoned all of the Evil Deads in a row so that he could get up to speed. So he's probably more familiar at this point with it than me because I've watched some of them so long ago. But he said that he really preferred this over the 2013 Evil Dead. And although I really liked the 2013 Evil Dead, I would definitely agree with him. And now let's go ahead and move on into cons. I just had a few minor cons. One, they were really advertising this cheese grater through the mailer. In the trailer, I think it's really the scene that gets a lot of people to have a very visceral reaction. So it's a weird complaint, but it only is a 2-second scene and it's not a very big deal in the movie at all. And I don't need 20 minutes of someone getting just eviscerated with a cheese grater, but it was kind of built up to be this thing, which maybe was just, I knew it's just for marketing, but I kind of was expecting that to be a little bit more. But again, very tiny nitpick. Some of the dialogue I think really works, and I think overall the acting was very good, but some of the dialogue did feel a little bit weak. Nothing on the part of the actors. I just think some of the dialogue and writing could have been a little bit stronger. But overall, I would say this was easily the scariest out of all 5 Evil Deads. So overall, I would give Evil Dead Rise 4.5 out of 5 creepy candles. Again, Evil Dead Rise comes out April 21st. Thank you again so much for Warner Brothers for sending me the mailer and for letting me attend an advanced screening. I'm very curious to know if you all watching this wanted to rank all the Evil Deads you've seen. How would you rank them? And please let me know once you see Evil Dead Rise what you think of it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.